Hey, what's up, Pep Nation? Week number 10 is the D-Low week. It's vertical power production. Now we're missing the flying Hawaiian, the game changer, the electrifying, show-stopping, most explosive athlete to ever play in the CFL, Chad Owens. He had to go back to Hawaii for the new year, so he won't be here for a few weeks, guys. But hey, we're still getting that money. It's a D-Low week. Let's go.
Hey guys, I'm so excited about today. Today is day one of our final week of the phase 2. That means phase 3 is coming, and I can't wait to show you guys what that's about. So with our deload week, this week, all that we're doing is just reducing the volume just a little bit, but keeping the intensity high. And today is all about vertical power production. So let's get it going. So we started off today with just a little bit of ankle mobility. Again, the ankles are key. That strengthening of the ankle, absolutely key to unlocking the final bit of that vertical power production. Anything, even in sprinting, you want to make sure that you're finishing through the feet. So we really want to make sure that they're loose, but they're also working properly. So we started off with our ankle mobility series. After the ankle mobility series, we went straight onto our shoulder mobility series. So we went through a pec roll and then just a couple of movements to make sure that the shoulders are working properly, all the right muscles are firing, and they're ready to go. Next is our core activation and stability part of this workout. So again, we're going back to the basic single leg plate, low to high, working on that dynamic stabilization and proprioception of the foot that you're on. Just making sure that you're bringing that plate all the way across your body as you do it to really change that center of mass as you're moving along. We went straight into the single leg glute bridge. Again, making sure that the glute is the one doing the firing throughout this. We really want to make sure that whatever we're feeling that hamstring, we're going to push that heel away from you to fire the quad and then get the glute working properly, feeling it in the quad, pull the heel towards you, really making sure that that single leg is working properly. After the single leg glute bridge, we went and did the contralateral plank hold, again working on that cross-body stabilization all the way through the kinetic chain. Next is our muscle activation complex. So we've added a few new exercises for this just to make sure that we're constantly changing it up, but also at the same time, we're getting exercises that work best for everybody. So if at any point, any exercise works better for you in terms of activation, go ahead and use that. But we're gonna start with the Quadricep Nordic or the Quad Nordic. So very similar to the Nordic curls, but this time all that you want to make sure that you're doing is you're nice and upright, squeezed glutes, extended hips, back's nice and straight, and you're just leaning back with the toes pressed into the ground. Then as you want to come up, you just press the toes into the ground, squeeze the quads, come up to neutral, and then go again. Straight after the Quad Nordics, we activated the hamstring complex through the Nordic curl. Again, just working on a little bit of that eccentric lengthening for the injury prevention stuff. After Nordic curls and Quad Nordics, we went to the band pull aparts, again, making sure the upper back musculature is working properly and activated. And then we went into our single leg skater squat. This is a new exercise for you guys, really good for true single leg strength because you are on one leg with a load. You can use one or two or both of the styles that we go with. The harder one is with the barbell because there's no constantly changing center of mass to balance your body out. The easier one is just with a 10, 25 pound plate, moving it out as you're coming down. After the single leg skater squats, we went down and did a little bit of ankle activation through the single leg kneeling calf raises on that front leg. Now you want the weight in front of you just as a counterbalance, and then you're gonna go ahead and if you need to, add the band to make sure that you don't collapse the ankle in as you're doing the raise and coming back down. Okay, onto our vertical power production exercises. So again, we've gone back to, as opposed to last week where we did the split squats, we've gone back to the trap bar jumps. As we did that in week 1 and 2, we really want to see how we've progressed in terms of the velocity with that weight that we're using. So we went trap bar jumps straight into a loaded eccentric. So with the bands, just the bands pulling you down. As soon as you're at that bottom position, you've been pulled down fast enough, you're gonna go ahead and let go and do that split stance jump. We went straight from the split stance jump with the overloaded eccentric to our assisted vertical jump. After the overloaded eccentric split stance jumps, we went and did the assisted pogo hops. We did 5 of those, really making sure that every time you jump in, you're trying to work on that elastic nature of your muscles, getting that spring in your step, really firing and going up as high as you can using the band for assistance. Okay, onto our upper body strength and power complex. So we started off with just a light med ball. You want to be able to use a light med ball because the whole point of this is absolutely maximum velocity and less force. This is what we're focusing on here prior to the lifts that we're about to do. So it was a med ball slam straight into the ground, grab the medicine ball, throw it, just like the previous weeks as well. We want to make sure that that ball is moving fast. We're moving fast through the movement. There's a high velocity and high intent. We supersetted that with some chin-ups. You wanna try and add weight if you can, but what we did today was we went up with the chin-up and then just a drop, you almost let go of the bar and then you catch yourself at that bottom position, working on quick eccentric lengthening of the lats. And finally, we did our bench press with the bands. You can use chains, bands, whatever. All that you wanna make sure that you're doing is that there's more weight at the top. And as you progressively go up, it's a little bit of accentuated load, you're just adding a little bit more load. Again, we're trying to go for speed on that, so make sure there's not too much weight on the bar, but you do want to try and contract as fast as you can. Okay, and our last exercise for today is just our accessory, the Dumbbell Bulgarian split squat. Now, even though this is an accessory, it's great for single leg strengthening, so make sure you're trying to go as heavy as you can for those sets of 8 reps. After that, we just did a little bit of tricep complex, because come on, who doesn't like doing arms? We went through just a little bit of tricep extension and a skull crusher, followed by a close grip bench press, all with dumbbells for the skull crusher and the close grip bench press. You want to use a little bit heavy weights. Go until you start to feel something in your tricep. That's the reason the rep count isn't there for you guys today. Really just want you to get that feeling in the tricep. This is gonna help your bench press. So you want to make sure that you take care of those triceps while you're doing this.
Let's go!
And that's day 1 complete. All right, we have 2 more days left in this week before we get on to that magical phase 3 that's gonna potentiate your performance, gonna get you to that next level. Hopefully you guys are gonna get after it this week so that we can really work hard going forward. Let's get it going.